Hey everyone, it's John
And Kat.
from Old Reading Farm, and we're here to show you how we put together some of our market bouquets. Let's get to work. Okay, so first we have some of our basket flowers, or are these blanket flowers?
We could say
One of those two.
we'd say both. So these, the stem length on these isn't great. So I cut a little bit of a longer stem, and then I'm gonna lose this as a bud, which is too bad. But if the stem was only up here, then it's kind of
Be too short.
right. And we don't need that long of stem length because we make our arrangements into mason jars, sort of picture them on smaller tabletops, less so than like huge centerpieces.
Right. So they don't need to be super long.
And right here, this is a type of salvia. Sorry, I don't know what variety, but it's really nice because it puts out these pretty purple spikes, and then this is its second flush of the season already. So it bloomed already once, and we used all of those bloom stalks. And now it's putting out a big second flush, and we will use all of those as well. And this is a perennial, so is the other one, so they both come back year after year, which is nice for our cut flower garden because we are in Connecticut, which is a colder growing zone.
6B. It's nice to have things that grow back every year.
Right, and they come up a little earlier because when we plant things from seeds like the zinnias, which we'll go get, they take a little bit longer. They're only just started, but we've been harvesting this for months.
So it's looking super nice back here. You know, these zinnias, pretty. And so Catherine has a trick for telling when a zinnia is ready to be cut.
So when you're cutting zinnias, you want to give them a shake. See how that has a nice strong stem and it's not wiggling compared to this one right here that's got a lot of wiggle. If you cut this as a cut flower, almost immediately, within a day for sure, this flower will droop and then it'll become garbage for your customer, so you don't want that. You want a nice strong neck so it'll last up to a week.
And then so you cut it below, do you cut it just where you need? Or below like leaves?
Right, so you can cut it anywhere. These are all branching plants. So this I would cut anywhere above here because right here is another branch which will have another bloom, and then another branch, another bloom.
Cool.
And zinnias, the more you cut them, the more that they will bloom. With most flowers, their objective is not to make flowers, but to make seeds. So once the flower blooms, and then if you let it dry all the way out and turn the flower into a seed, then the plant is like, okay, I've done my job and I can stop now. But if you keep cutting off the flower, they're like, I need to make seeds. So they'll keep trying. Look at this. Well, both of these are nice. Look at that. That's a cactus zinnia. See how the leaves are kind of spiky and crazy?
Just want to get it in the light.
Ooh.
Take a quick look at our crazy raspberry patch.
Right, isn't that nice? These are black. Oh, I just broke it. I guess you get to see it up tight. So I just accidentally broke this. These are black raspberries. Aren't those pretty? This one actually might be ripe enough to eat. How was it? A little tart?
A little tart.
But good?
It was actually good, yeah.
Good.
We've been getting some of these that are pretty bland. That was actually pretty good.
Wherever.
Snapdragons.
A little longer. Next one.
Yeah. Crap. Oh, that's nothing.
No. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. Gonna have some sunflowers soon.
Nice.
Okay.
Are they tall too?
John's 6'4", and it's just sneaking up on him. That's probably cat height.
So these are our calendula in a raised bed that we have over here.
Most people grow these as some kind of medicinal herb. We're more into the cut flower aspect of it.
Yeah. So nice looking.
They are nice. And they're blooming a ton.
Yeah.
I'm super happy with that.
Yeah, they're coming out nice.
And the vase life has been pretty good.
Yeah, we've had pretty good success with all of our arrangements in vases. It's been a good year for bouquets.
Look at this one, it's sort of a double.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that one's like a, what is it? I think We'll pop the name of this one on the screen. I remember buying it though. Oops. That's our first bachelor button of the year.
Nice.
Exciting.
So this is back in our orchard rows.
A little bit of a mess.
Yeah. It's tough to clean up back here. But it's actually working out pretty well. Some of the tomatoes are looking real nice. And we got a bunch of more snapdragons back here. Right now, I'm sure it just looks like a mess of green. But looks like this is one of our tomato plants. We got a trellis. I'm taking a detour from flowers and just showing you some pears. There was another, oh, there's another one right here. Pears. Hopefully the animals leave them for us. That'd be nice. So yeah, so we have snapdragons back here. That's what Catherine's picking right now. So you can see we have them mixed in with our tomatoes. Look how well these tomatoes are doing. I think these are banana legs. And we have these right here, which are Beta Lux tomatoes. Those are coming along nicely. All right, let's go find my wife.
Check out these are copia tomatoes. Look at that bloom. Is that not insane?
That's crazy.
So gigantic. This is another copia. Oops, sorry.
Cool.
Crazy, right? Okay, so we don't know what these are. We got them in a seed swap, but
They were labeled as feverfew.
yeah, but they're actually making a really nice cut flower filler. When you're making little bouquets, it's important, like zinnias and snapdragons that are more focal flowers, it's important to offset all of that like serious business with some kind of fluffier and fun business or some green business, so that way there's a nice variety in your bouquets.
Hi, Pepper. No.
Okay, so these are banana cream daisies. It's a proven winner's plant. We got these last year at Lowe's on 75% off. And aren't those pretty?
So pretty.
And they've been putting out a lot of blooms for us. We've been putting these in bouquets for the last 3 or 4 days. So it's nice. We have them pretty seriously overcrowded, just like everything we plant.
Yep.
But they're handling it fairly well.
We plant things based on survival of the fittest mentality. If you can't survive next to a tomato plant and a kale plant and our chickens,
sunflower.
then get out of here.
So this is Nepeta. There's a bunch of different varieties of this. I am pretty sure that this is cat's pajamas. It's just like the salvia that we were cutting earlier, where it reblooms really reliably. So there are older bloom stalks that have these brown bits a little bit, and then all this fresh growth down here that'll all push up new blooms. This here in the middle is hyssop. We just cut our first of it the other day, so those are cuts. So I'm gonna take some more. So these are black swan poppies. We got them in a seed swap, and they are the absolute best seed we've ever gotten in the seed swap. And I just said to John that we are 10 out of 10 buying these for next season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're gorgeous.
They're so cool. This is an old poppy.
Yeah, so that's the seed pod. And to harvest poppy seeds for next year, what you do is you wait for that seed pod to dry completely. I read that it's really, really important that those seeds get the full chance to mature on the plant, and that when you shake that little seed head that they're rattling around inside, and that's how you know they're ready. But I did read that it's a fairly short window between rattling seeds ready to harvest and seed head cracked open seeds on the ground. So you got to keep an eye on it, is what I read.
So this is another row of zinnias that we have.
On the zinnias, we got a couple of seed blends from the Dollar Tree, and I think that's what these are, and I think they look really nice.
Yeah.
These are also from this kind of greeny one from the Queen Lime family. They come in a bunch of different colors. There's Queen Lime Orange, which I think this is just regular Queen Lime, and then there's also Queen Lime Red and probably a few others that I'm forgetting about.
Bunch of different colors.
Yeah. The Queen Lime family is a good one. So these are Sunday Sage Salvia. Isn't that pretty? These come from Baker Creek, and they come in this nice pink color and this like crazy deep dark purple, which I really like. And this Sunday Sage Salvia has had a crazy vase life. These, after a week, and everything else is kind of starting to look like it's a little, you know, finished. These salvias are still like,
But keep going.
they're standing there and they're like, no, we're here, we're staying. And these are Chinese forget-me-nots. Another cute little filler, which I've been cutting from pretty heavily, so they look a little crazy, but. And I've read, we're in some flower groups on Facebook, and I've read that a lot of people look for like a true blue flower. You know, if they get orders for somebody who's got like a graduation and their school color is blue. And I see a lot of people recommending this one. And it grew really easily. This was easy to grow from seed, which is important to us. Look at the little Mexican hat flower. What a cutie.
Little inappropriate flower.
He doesn't mean that about you, Mexican hat flower. You're perfect, just the way you are.
You are.
This is a dahlia. We're in this Facebook group that's wholesale for the small scale, and we got dahlia tubers for only $1 each.
Yeah.
So soon.
Soon. And Catherine's cutting some yarrow right now. Just kidding. Feverfew.
Nice filler, right?
Very nice.
Okay, and the last thing we're gonna grab is this. This is lemon balm, and then everything else in here is mint. We've got spearmint, peppermint, chocolate mint, strawberry mint. So I'm just gonna grab a whole bunch of it. We have been, I mean, you can see all this. We put mint in almost every single bouquet that we make. I think, my opinion is it's the absolute best filler. It lasts forever. And most of the time when you have mint in a vase, by the time you're throwing everything else, your mint has started to root and you could just plant it. So this is all, when our bouquets don't sell the first day, we usually take them inside and either keep them for ourselves or give them to somebody. This is all mint that has been in bouquets, and instead of just throwing it away,
You can put it back in the ground. And then this whole thing will eventually become a
Mint.
giant bed of mint.
Yeah, you need to contain your mint.
It's also actually a really good aromatic too. It adds a nice fragrance to the whole bouquet. So now we're here at our beautiful wash station. The sink is almost ready to go. Just need one more pipe fitting and we're all set. So this is where we store all of our vases and stuff down here, and we got a nice station for Catherine to make her bouquets.
And then so from here you can kind of do one or two things. If you have a set number of bouquets that you want to make, you can pile the number of flowers in your piles, or you can set everything that you have separately, so all the different varieties, and then combine from there. Do we have a set number of bouquets that we want to make?
Maybe 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, I think I probably cut a little
Maybe you
more.
think so? 6 or 7?
Yeah, let me try to make 6.
Okay.
So that's what we'll do. We'll kind of set up our bouquets ahead of time. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So Catherine does this thing. So like she said, she sets them all out in different little piles, and that way when you go through each of the varieties in your basket, you can just kind of already visualize what the bouquets are going to look like as you build them.
Yeah, and it also helps to color coordinate, because what I've found that works well for me is I make, like, these are kind of cooler colors compared to like the oranges and reds, which are more warm colors. So I would mix these kind of colors with more of these kind of colors and leave like the oranges and reds together separate. That way they're not competing with each other, and you don't want it to be like too busy that you're like, oh, what am I looking at? Okay. So eventually we'll have that nice sink to fill up our vases, but for now, hose works just fine.
This is how I help with flower arrangements.
Okay, so what we ended up with was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And before I start, I just want to kind of take a quick peek at them and hold them all up to see what they're going to look like. See, I think that needs a little bit more green or filler or something, but I'll just make sure that they all look like, yeah, I would pay money for that. That looks worth something to me. Look how pretty.
So pretty.
And then these are my 2 cooler ones.
Nice.
Kind of purples, pinks, blues. So I think the only one that was too small was this one.
I don't even think that's that small. Just need
some more filler.
some green.
Yeah.
You want me to go get some more mint?
Or do you want to grab another glob of feverfew?
Sure.
Okay. So one important thing about flowers is you want to make sure that there's no, or as few as possible, leaves down in the actual water. So you rip off all the leaves and junk that would be too low down. So like for mint, it's easy to just hold the stem and pull down. And then I usually build them in my hand, so you can definitely also build them in the vase if that's what you're more comfortable with. So I make kind of a little center and then build out from there. And if you watch like flower arranging videos online, because I'm sure there are a million people who are way better at it than I am, there's all these techniques about like holding and then building in a circle out around. You do whatever works for you. This is what works for me, so it's what I'm doing. But kind of, I also sort of like work my way down, so what I have in the middle usually ends up being my tallest doodad. So I also start with something that's got a taller stem, and then if I've got something with a shorter stem, you can kind of set it down there, because if the stem doesn't reach the water, it's a nothing burger, you can't use it. So if you've got short stems, you put them lower down, and they'll sort of accent it, and if you've got longer stems, you can use that as more of like your center loin. And then one other thing is, if you want to maybe be more effective or efficient, you can like pre-strip all your stems, so when you make your piles, you could cut off all the stems from everything that you have laying out, so you don't have to be pulling them off as you go, but that's not my journey. Okay, right, so we sell our flower arrangements for $5, so we're aiming for $5 worth of value to a customer, and I think that is it for sure.
Yeah.
I think because we want people to feel like they come here and they're like, wow, that's beautiful for $5.
Yep.
So we ploop it down into a little vase, do a little bit of futzing, but not very much, and bang!
Yeah, and that's gorgeous.
It's also 4th of July weekend, so I think people will like these bright pops of red. Sometimes people can be a little startled by red, but